Welcome inside Marcus Pavilion on this Thursday evening as we get set for Game 2 of the Double Dip. Yet again, Alaska and St. Martin. Sean Wally with Scott Gladstone. These two teams, man, last time Alaska played here, they were all smiles in March.
Yeah. I mean, you're taking a look at Alaska Fairbanks squad that peaked at the right time, right? They come in as a 10 seed. They only reached the GNAC tournament because of the tweak, because of all the cancellations, everything that was happening in the GNAC season. They expanded to 10 teams. The 10th seed, Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks, make it in right here on this court. Of course, you know, the number 1 seed, the regular season champs, St. Martin's, they get toppled. And Alaska Fairbanks, man, run the table, get it through. And it's kind of interesting because we're kind of seeing a similar thing right now. Despite St. Martin's success this season, it's Alaska Fairbanks that comes in with way more momentum than the Saints.
Alaska Fairbanks beating Western Washington last weekend by just a bucket. Saints have dropped 2 in a row in conference.
Yeah, 2 in a row to 2 very good teams in SPU, Seattle Pacific, and MSU Billings. Right now they're just looking to get back into their mojo, get back on the winning ways. Aaron Landon knew that trip was going to be tough, but he knows that these 2 home games against both Alaska schools must wins.
We'll see if the Saints can take care of business as we get set for starting lineups and the tip here inside Marcus Pavilion. Be back with play-by-play once we get rolling. Getting set here inside Marcus Pavilion for the Saints and the Nanooks. Sean Wally, Scott Gladstone. Saints come in 5-2 on the conference year, just the opposite for Alaska. They are 2-5.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned it. They did come on. They're coming off that Western Washington win. That was huge. The Western Washington squad that we expected a lot out of. But 4 straight losses before that, not exactly the momentum that you want to build up. So right now, they're trying to get a win streak under their belt.
Saints basketball brought to you by Pints Doghouse, and we are set for the first 20 minutes, 2 20-minute halves as both players jumped a little early. Nielsen Skinner, no problem getting to the rack, but he cannot connect. Alaska's first possession. Wynn has it. Hands off to Morus. Strong drive against Alcindor. No whistle. Back comes Nielsen Skinner. Ahead to Bunn. And finally a foul.
Yeah, I think somebody on Alaska probably saw the dunk that Brandon Bunn had a couple weeks ago down in Monmouth, Oregon, when he seemed to just
eye
fly
level
out of
with
his
the rim.
shoes. Yeah, he was up there, and he was thinking maybe the same thing there, but rather foul him, send him to the line to earn 2 than give him an early highlight to, put on his reel.
Bunn puts St. Martin's on the board first. (2-0) after Brandon Bunn hits both free throws. Interesting. Saints going to a press early on. No problem for Alaska. Win in the lane. The floater is good. We are tied at 2.
Yeah, a wrinkle to the starting lineup today. Brandon Stokes is slotted out for Hunter Sipe, who comes in. Excuse me, Nathaniel Stokes comes
Nathan,
in for.
Yeah.
Comes in for. Comes out for Hunter Sipe coming in. He earns a start. A little bit of a smaller lineup rather than the lanky Stokes.
Skinny from the top. Off back iron. Alaska can take the lead. Their first of the ball game, potentially. That ball nearly stolen away. Sipe knocked it loose. Bunn in the corner. Skinny, another 3 attempts. This one just dies off the rim. Alaska getting good play down low. Mohammed lays it up and in. 4-2 Alaska.
Yeah, that was deja vu all over again. A missed Skinny three-pointer just led to a mismatch with Mohammed down there on the low block. The first time Hunter Sipe was able to hustle down the court and help out. That time, not so much. Mohammed got the easy layup.
Sipe in the lane, too strong. And an offensive foul called on St. Martin's.
Yeah, they're getting Alcindor for the push in the back there. Just a little too aggressive on the offensive glass. We're seeing from the Saints in the early going here a huge decision maker in their games have been how they're shooting the three-point ball. And coming out here not hitting those early ones, their confidence probably dwindling a little bit because of the 2 losses they're coming off of. The early shots missed don't help.
The win wide open in front of the Saints bench. Hits the first triple of the game. 5-point lead for Alaska. Kyle picks up the dribble, nowhere to go. Sipe tries to answer, can't hit the 3. Ball loose. Skinny saves it.
Yeah, it was a great job by Brandon Bunn wrapping around his guy and poking that one free. Just poke it up the court, see if you can get a guard that can leak down there and grab it.
6 to shoot. Nielsen Skinner finds Greeley. 1 to shoot. He does not get the shot off. Missed opportunity for the Saints.
Yeah, that goes down as a bad look against Greeley, maybe on initial shot because he didn't know the shot clock was going down, but that's really on the bench, and I'm sure Aaron Landon knows that. The bench has to be loud and tell them that shot clock's going down because he had no idea.
Alcindor out. Tyke Thompson seeing his first action, and there's Greeley with the knockaway and the steal. Just 1 bucket for St. Martin's. Bunn is fouled. Mohammed hit with the foul, his first.
Yeah, we're seeing a handful of Alaska supporters coming into the gym because they got 3 starters from the greater Seattle area. 2 from Seattle and 1 listed from Bothell.
Greeley in the lane, nowhere to go. Finds Sipe on the baseline under the basket. Hunter Sipe from Kyle Greeley.
Yeah, great vision there from Kyle Greeley. And Hunter Sipe, he's just so fundamentally sound. He's always going to make that shot.
7-4 Alaska with the ball and the lead. Mohammed thought about the 3. The long arms of Thompson made him think again, and a foul is called in the lane. Sipe hit with the foul. Win to inbounds. Be Real Jr. into the game for Alaska.
Yeah, and Be Real Jr., kind of like Tyke Thompson, comes off the bench, but he's definitely a threat.
Ball poked away by Greeley. It'll be Alaska ball. 16-17 left in half number 1. Mohammed, the nice pass in the lane. Be real off window, 9-4, Alaska. Thompson for 3. Rattles around and falls through after the kiss off the glass.
Yeah, the way the shots were rolling out, I guess, for the Saints on the road trip, you need something like those to go in for you to start to get that confidence back, start shooting with the same confidence that SMU has been shooting with the early part of the season.
Alaska up 2, looking to add to it, and they do. Kanoa makes it 11-7. Saints with the ball, down 4. Bunn in the lane, loses the handle. Foul is called on Alaska. $15:29 left in the first half. Alaska 11, St. Martin 7. Back after this on the Saints Digital Network. Back here in Lacey, Washington, Sean Wally with Scott Gladstone. Saints Digital Network brought to you by Pints Doghouse. 15:29 left in the first half, 11-7. Alaska in the lead. Scott there shooting the lights out in this first half.
Yeah, they're creating space, providing good looks for themselves. 83% from the field, just missed one shot. And, yeah, the Saints, shooting 29% to that 83%. They are very fortunate to be looking up at the scoreboard and seeing just 2 points less than the Nanooks.
Crossed half court. Under the basket and a little bit of a dunk by Mohammed. 13-9 Alaska. Thompson splits the defenders. Outside, Sipe going baseline. A little bit of a push, but they're going to call a foul on Alaska.
Yeah, Sipe put up that arm bar a little bit, but I guess they're going to say that the contact was initiated by Alaska there. I wouldn't agree with it if I was on Alaska's side, but I would if I was on our side.
Spencer and Stokes into the game for the Saints. Thompson for 3. 1 point ball game.
Saints can sting you quick. That's the reason why they've, gained so much attention all season long, not just in GNAC play, but around the West. They have weapons that when they're firing well from distance, nobody can beat them. The problem is when they go cold, it gets real cold sometimes.
Ball out of bounds. Last touch by St. Martin's. DeMarcus Hall Scriven into the game for Alaska. Aaron Land is defense for St. Martin's. 1 point ball game. Instead of the 3, into the lane now. Alaska down low. Stokes affects the shot. No foul called. Shot clock violation initially called. Now the officials, will they confer?
Well, I think the referee just kind of had a glitch there because that hit the front of the rim. It looked awkward. It was almost a shot that really it didn't really, it hit the rim, even though it was an awkward-looking shot. And the ref, I think, realized his mistake as soon as he did it, and he was just trying to calm everybody down. But now it's Saints ball.
Bunn, the steal going the other way, finds Skinny. They go outside. Stokes into the lane. Nowhere to go with it. Outside. Nielsen Skinner has it ripped away. The win in the lane lays it up and in. (15-12). Alaska by 3. Bunn wants to tie the game and does.
Man, his shot just looks so smooth sometimes, just coming off the fingertips. The backspin, you see it, and there's a turnover from Alaska.
Stokes picks up the loose ball. Finds Bunn. Will he shoot again? No. He'll drive in the lane, going backwards. A charge is called.
Problem is when Brandon Bunn gets into that mode sometimes, he becomes an unstoppable force. The problem is if you're smart and he's charging downhill, you just plant your feet and take it, and you get a turnover on him that way, and that's exactly what a smart Nanooks player did right there.
15 all, 13-46 and counting. In half number 1 inside Marcus Pavilion in Lacey, Washington. Last year's home of the GNAC Basketball Championships. The Nooks getting it in the lane. A good look. Nick Hopkins, a 2-point lead. Back for Alaska. Bunn wants the lead. Not even close on that three. The win the other way. 13-15 and counting. Good defense by the Saints. Ball kept alive by Hopkins. They say out of bounds, last touch by the Saints.
Right in front of the student section. Not going to get anybody there appreciating that call.
Hafner checks in for St. Martin's. Spencer to the bench. Alaska with the ball up 2. Garcia. Swing it around. Hall Scriven now. 3 to shoot. He's double teamed. Did that hit rim? And they do call a shot clock violation. Saints take over.
Yeah, I think one way or another it was Saints ball because it was an awkward deflection that popped off the Nanooks, I think, anyway. So good defensive possession from the Saints. Force a bad shot right at the end.
Saints looking to tie or take the lead. Hafner wants the lead. He will not get it. Defensive rebound to Alaska. They're heading back the other direction. Getting Stokes up in the air. Foul is called, and Nick Hopkins will head to the line. Nick Hopkins, the 6'7" forward, originally out of Seattle, Washington. Went to Wenatchee Valley College briefly. (19-15), Alaska by 4. Nielsen Skinner.
My.
Just broke some ankles, wanted the three, didn't get it.
You need to make that go down so we can include it in the highlight reel. Holy smokes, he sent that man flying. He undercut a Saint, the Nanook that broke his ankles did. That's how gnarly he got jammed up there.
Hopkins loses the ball on the pass in the lane. Nielsen Skinner the other way. Nobody's going to stop his penetration. Off window and in.
The thing is, Jaden Nielsen Skinner, he knows that he's not the biggest guy on the floor, and he knows how to play that so well. And sometimes when he's has some space in the lane, he just creates it, uses the high arcing layup so well, and just puts it high off glass and in. Just does it so well.
Hopkins double teamed. Hall Scriven wants three. The rim says not this time. Hopkins the offensive rebound. No foul called. Be Real Jr. cannot hit. Saints look to tie, possibly take the lead. Stokes wants the lead. We have a foul called on St. Martin's.
Yeah, Bunn gets called for the foul there, but I think it was a foul on him on the other side. It seems like his fingers were interlocked with Be Real as Be Real was kind of flipping up that weird layup. But in the end, all works out. It'll be Nanook's ball.
10:59 left in half number one. Alaska 19, St. Martin's 17. Back after this on the Saints Digital Network. $10:59 left in half number one. Sean Wiley with Scott Gladstone. Thank you for tuning in to Saints basketball, brought to you by Pints Doghouse. The 2-point lead for the visitors. Pretty impressive first half so far from the 2-5 Alaska Nanook, Scott.
Yeah, I mean, the Saints are used to it. Every team, no matter whether it's in conference, out of conference, when you come to play the defending regular season champions of the conference and the team that's been ranked for part of the year, regionally ranked throughout the year, you're going to get your team's best shots. There's no question about that.
Shot not even close. Be Real has it poked away, apparently. It'll stay Alaska basketball. Seven to shoot. Double teamed in the corner. Outside, one on the shot clock, a three on the way. Off iron, offensive rebound to Be Real. He goes right back up, lays it in.
Yeah, he got that right over Christian Hafner. Hafner never even got the chance to turn around. Be Real went right after him and laid it up and over top of the 6'2 Christian Hafner.
Saints trail by 4 as we approach midway through half number one. Thompson, one dribble. Spencer to Skinny, 3 to shoot. Skinny's got to get a shot off, and he will not.
Second time where the bench, I mean, it's the bench that's failing him there. Like that, you got to be aware of the shot clock, of course. And Skinny, I'm sure, as a point guard, would raise his hand to say that he should have known that the shot clock was going down and got that off sooner. But the bench didn't say anything until there was 4 on the shot clock, and even then it was half the bench, if that.
Not just the bench, but what about the other 4 on the floor?
Yes, yeah, everybody needs to be pointing, go, go, go.
What about the Saints faithful in the building, which there are quite a few.
Yeah, it's a collective effort here at Marcus Pavilion that just failed for the second time. .9:30 left in the first half.
Alaska up 4, looking for more. That ball easily stolen by Thompson. Skinny. Outside. Spencer dials long distance.
Cam Spencer's a very versatile player. He's a big, but he can definitely expand the floor and shoot. That's why Aaron Landon loves to have him on the floor.
Hafner and Spencer both on the floor at the same time for St. Martin's. Nice fadeaway in the lane, won't fall for Be Real. Battle for the basketball. Alaska goes right back up with it. Mohammed lays it in. Foul on Alaska.
Here's the thing. We were mentioning that this Alaska squad, it looks very different than the team that won the conference championship, the tournament last year. The thing is, there's only 5 players listed on this Alaska roster that aren't transfers. Head coach Greg Sparling, despite the fact that there's some newbies, there's a lot of guys that do have college basketball experience, and that's really important because, you know, getting to know the college level is a lot different.
Stokes muscling that rebound. Pulling the Saints within 1, 8:20 left. Scott, you were talking about Greg Sparling. He's in his 5th season now with Alaska. But before that, he spent a couple decades at Central Washington. So he knows the GNAC very well. 3 on the way. Knocking it down. Christian Hafner, Saints up 2.
Christian Hafner makes some ridiculous shots look easy.
Be Real throws it away. Skinny, the interception. Stokes for 3. Nobody home for the rebound except for Alaska. Win into the lane. Going up with the quickness. No, Stokes the rebound. Nielsen Skinner stops from the left elbow. Saints 27. Nanooks 23. 7:19 left. Timeout on the floor. Back to the Saints Digital Network after this. Side Marcus Pavilion, Sean Wally with Scott Gladstone. St. Martin's taking a 4-point lead with 7:19 left.
Yeah, and it's a 10-2 run, a 7-0 run in the last minute and a half for the Saints. That Christian Hafner 3 was huge. I said he makes some ridiculous shots. The reason he does that, man comes into this gym when it is empty, when nobody's using it, and he puts in almost, I mean, I won't say more work than anybody because I've seen a lot of other players put in a lot of work, but he just shoots and shoots and shoots and does a lot of different scenarios, and that's how he's such a good shooter. It's not that complicated.
Nice quick spin in the lane. Can't get it to fall. Mohammed with the miss. Thompson hands off to Skinny. 6:45 left in the first half. Here in Lacey, Washington. In the lane. Nearly sliding too far, but there's a turnover. Mohammed goes up strong. This time he makes the layup count. 27-25, Saints by 2. Thompson between the leg dribble. Has to recover. Nielsen Skinner. 5 to shoot. Skinny all the way in the lane with the left hand.
That beautiful hezzy right there just stops right about halfway down the key, makes the defense think, oh, maybe I'm not going to the bucket then. Whoop, right to the bucket.
Saints up 4. Looking for more after the turnover. Tyke Thompson. Outside, 3 on the way. A little too strong. Stokes the rebound. Another possession for St. Martin's. Saints head coach Aaron Landon barking out the offensive set for his Saints. Hafner, his triple just rims out. Another rebound for Stokes. Champ Spencer connects for 3.
If you give the Saints 3 chances, they're probably going to make a 3. You gotta put a stronger box out on a big lanky guy like Nathaniel Stokes if you want to get that ball.
7-point lead for St. Martin's. 5 minutes left in the first half. Nguyen out of the corner for 3. No. Ball loose in the opposite corner. Whistle out of bounds. Saints basketball. 4:52 left.
Yeah, I mentioned it kind of early on. You know, the Saints get the best shot, and, you know, if we want to put it to a boxing analogy, they get somebody coming out swinging. You know, that's what they get. That's what we've seen all season, whether it was a conference opponent or whether it was, you know, a crosstown foe like Evergreen State. They see heavy shots in the early going. The thing is, can they withstand those blows and then strike back and be strategic about it? They have been here, and that was a great move.
What a drive by Tyke Thompson. And Scott, you look at this game, both teams right around 11, 12 buckets, but the Saints have 6 3-pointers to Alaska's 1. Right there is the difference in the game.
Yeah, the Saints have made as many 3-pointers as Alaska has taken. That is not a number you want to see. It's not going to have a lot of success for you. But an and one, that's another way to get a 3-point play, I guess.
Doozy with quite the spin in the lane. He'll head to the line for a potential 3-point play. Mohammed cannot hit the free throw. 4:05 left in half number 1. Inside Marcus Pavilion and Lacey Washington in this GNAC battle. Skinny from about 27 feet. No. Nguyen gets it down in the corner. Hopkins kicks it outside. Nguyen gets it back. Mohammed in the lane. Just 4 to shoot. Mohammed using his quickness on Stokes. How'd he get that up? Won't go. Thompson the other way. He's got numbers. Saints can't handle it, but hot potato. Thompson gets it back.
Man, that was a tightrope at the sideline by Christian after. I'd love to know if he has some football in his background because, yeah, that was a true tightrope.
Jumper from the right elbow. Murus can't get it to fall. Skinny the other way. Traveling is called. 2:53 left in the first half. Saints by 9. Timeout on the floor. You are watching the Saints Digital Network, brought to you by Pines Doghouse. 2:53 left in the first half here in Lacey, Washington. This Great Northwest Athletic Conference battle as Alaska Fairbanks visits St. Martin's. St. Martin's up 36-27 out of the timeout. Alaska basketball. Be real to win. Be real in front of the Saints bench. Mohammed down low, using the left hand, can't get it to go. Put back by Be Real, no. Nguyen tracks it down, wants a foul, doesn't get it. Was all the way cross court. Outside, the jumper is short. Alcindor can't get the rebound. Offensive rebound for Alaska, but there is Skinny to steal it away. Tyke Thompson to the rack. Was that rejected? Or did he just hit the side?
I don't know. Maybe he just
What a
got
pass.
into his layup windup way too soon.
Jumper, Tyler Maris, 36-29. Saints 1:45 left in the first half. Thompson. Traveling is called. Giving the ball back to the Nanooks. Hopkins returns for Alaska with 1:30 remaining in the first half. Maris, the fadeaway in the corner is good. 5-point ball game. That ball nearly stolen, and I believe it is. They're going to award a timeout to Alaska? No. Foul on the Saints. Alcindor, his second.
Yeah, I think Shaquem wanted a foul on him to start, and then kind of a frustration foul just in the other way. You know, he had his full arms wrapped around full arms wrapped around Nick Hopkins there. So, yeah, it was a foul on him.
Hopkins hits the first.
Saints got to just focus on being kind of smart in their final few possessions of this half. What I was about to say right before that turnover is just don't force any passes. Be comfortable kind of bleeding the shot clock down a little bit. Take your time. But, yeah, you also got to get rebounds.
Nguyen with it. Top. Final minute of half number one. All alone under the basket. This is Tyler Murris. It's a 2-point game. Get Greeley answering right back. Saints by 4.
That's too easy for Kyle Greeley. A guy like that, you give him a free lane with his right hand, he's going to do that every time.
Ball loose. Saints recover. Throw it ahead. And will it be stolen? No. Out of bounds. Last touch by St. Martin's. The crowd and the Saints bench don't agree.
Yep, everybody's going to disagree with that one. I think it was Maris right on top of it there. He didn't go after it and was asking the ref that it was going to for it to be his ball. And as soon as he did that, you know, I think it's all about optics sometimes with refs. And if you don't chase after it, then maybe it went off the other guy.
10 seconds left in the half. Shot clock is off. Nguyen in the corner. Spins, baseline. The floater will not go. 2 seconds left. The heave off glass. And that is how the first 20 minutes will end. St. Martin's 38, Alaska 34. Both teams will head to the locker room in a fun-filled first half, Scott.
Yeah, I mean, lot of back and forth. Obviously, mentioned Fairbanks came out. They played really well in the first kind of 10 and some change minutes. And then St. Martin's kind of got into their rhythm. Hit a couple 3 balls. They got into their shooters. They got open looks. They played good defense, forced misses. The thing is, it was just a little bit sloppy down the stretch, especially from St. Martin's. But you saw it the same way from Alaska Fairbanks. They're kind of struggling with the zone that St. plays, the kind of elevated wing 2-3 zone. They're not really, when St. Martin's gets set on defense, they're having a troubling time dealing with that. So I'm sure that's going to be a lot of what Greg Sparling's talking about in the first half. On the other side, St. Martin's, I mean, it's a pretty smart team. We don't see them, turn the ball over a ton, but they have less turnovers than Alaska, 9-10, but their turnovers are kind of fatal ones, and they're allowing points on the other end, and that's a big thing that I'm sure Ann Landon will be trying to conquer during his halftime speech.
Refill the popcorn, top off the beverage. We'll be back with you in about 12 to 13 minutes. Bring you the second half. After 20 minutes of play, Saints 38, Alaska 34 on the Saints Digital Network, brought to you by Pints Doghouse.
We have 2 teams that will complete the most full hot dogs in the basket in 1 minute. One partner will be showing a screenshot from the one side of the court, while one partner will be attempting to catch the flying hot dog. The team that ends up with the most hot dogs in their basket by the end of their minute will win gift cards to the brand new Pints Doghouse, which is coming soon. Team 1, are you ready? Ready, set, go! This is Nick and Christian, by the way.
Yeah. It happens. Because I went down too. I died.
That ties the school record. 11 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Six hot dogs for Nick and Christian. Oh, 8, excuse me. 8 for Nick and Christian. That is a new school record. Congratulations. Tia and Kate. And up next, Tia and Kate. On your set. Mark. Go! Fuego. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, total of 15 baskets, you both won gift cards to the Pints Doghouse. Thanks for playing, and make sure to support Pints Doghouse opening soon, located right here in Lacey across College Street from the SMU campus. And looking forward on the Ocho, ESPN The Ocho, the Great Hot Dog Swing Contest comes your way.
Back here inside Marcus Pavilion on the campus of St. Martin's University, Sean Wally, Scott Gladstone, as we get set for half number 2 between the St. Martin Saints and the visiting Alaska Fairbanks Nanoks.
Yeah, it was a great first half from both sides. We saw some good, fun, up and down action. A number that I like to pay attention to, especially if it's extreme one way or the other, is plus minus. And Nathaniel Stokes, he was taken out of the starting lineup this game, but he's responded really well. You know, he only has 2 points, but he's got 5 rebounds out there. We saw 2 of those crucial offensive rebounds that end up leading to a Champ Spencer three-pointer. He has another offensive rebound, 2 defensive boards, and the plus-minus is plus 13 for him. Shows that the Saints have really excelled in the 12 minutes that he was on the floor.
So we are underway in half number 2. Alaska with the ball. They trail by 4. Open on the baseline. Jumper is good by Maris. 2-point ball game. 30 seconds gone by, and now Alaska with the steal. Maris can't get that to go. Ball loose. What a dive. He saves it. Or at least he tried to, apparently out of bounds.
Yeah, and that turnover happened. It was kind of a lazy inbounds pass, but at the same time, Jaden Nielsen-Skinner just thought he was going to get the grab call on Nguyen, but didn't get the call, and it was just kind of an awkward moment where, Fairbanks has the ball and they're coming in hot. Luckily, kind of for the Saints, they just blew the layup.
Greeley's 3, short. Back comes Alaska. They can tie it or take the lead. Morris behind the back dribble. He's double teamed. Nowhere to go with it. Somehow finds Nguyen. Going up strong around Alcindor is Nick Hopkins. We're tied at 38. Skinny off the screen looking for Alcindor, and a foul is called. If that's on Shaquem, that's 3.
I don't know what he was doing. I didn't see his right hand there. He was reaching out with his left hand. But I don't know what. Listen, you know me. I'm a post player. I like the battle down there. And that one was, either way, soft in terms of a call there. Especially because they didn't call that one when Skinny thought he got held on this side, you know. You gotta figure out your line.
Shot did not look good when it left Nguyen's hands. Saints the other way looking for their first bucket of the second half. Alcindor charge. That's 4. That's huge.
We've seen that. Nope. I'm not going to touch it. You take it, Sean.
Shaquem just walks to the bench. He knows. 4 fouls with 18-12 left. 2 in the last minute and a half.
I mean, I knew Muhammad was going to take a charge, was going to try and take a charge the second Shaquem grabbed the ball there. And as soon as he got a little bit of contact, he went down, let out a good grunt. I thought they were going to throw out the flopping signal, personally.
The win off the screen from Hopkins. Goes down low to Hopkins, working on Thompson. Shot clock violation.
You get a call like that in front of your student section, though, sometimes that's the best thing that can happen to you as a call goes against you, especially early in the second half. You kind of come out a little lackadaisical in this half, and maybe that'll, wake up the Saints as they're kind of lucky to still have the ball after Jaden Nielsen-Skinner fumbles his dribble there. But, yeah, you wake up the student section, you wake up your offense by saying, okay, pick up a couple fouls, and Shaquem's going to have to sit a while on the bench with 4 fouls. Probably won't see him until the final 5 minutes or so.
Saints looking for their first bucket of the second half. They will not get it there. Bunn the miss. Alaska the other way. And Bunn reaches out, grabs the win. So he fouls the win, but in the process, did he take an elbow?
Yeah, he did. He took something to the face down there. He went immediately grabbing his face, and then they immediately signaled for the review. It was, I mean, I don't think it was anything intentional, but, you know, if he did kind of throw any arm or elbow up to just kind of ward off a defender and then you pop him in the face, you're going to get an extracurricular foul for that.
Double whammy. Brandon Bunn picks up the foul and gets harmed. 17-16 left. We're tied at 38. Back after this on the Saints Digital Network. All tied at 38 here in Lacey. 17-16 left in this ball game. Sean Wally, Scott Gladstone. Any clue what happened there other than Bunn did commit a foul?
Yeah, I think they didn't say anything to the scorer's table, so I think it goes down as just inadvertent contact to the face of Brandon Bunn. He stays out there. Glad that he's okay. And, yeah, I mean, like I said, live action, it didn't seem like anything was out of bounds, you know, for what happened there. Other than the foul where Brandon Bunn grabbed the hip of a Nanook.
Murris the jumper. No, a battle for the basketball. Sipe rips it away. Back come the Saints. They still do not have a bucket in the second half. Hunter Sipe looking to change that and does.
He tucked that on his bicep. I mean, it wasn't even a football move. I don't even know what that was, man. He just cradled that ball, and, you know, the weight room, I think, benefited him there.
First bucket of the second half for St. Martin's, and he makes it not a three-point play.
That was a rare free throw miss for Hunter Sipe. I mentioned earlier in the first half how fundamentally sound he is. Part of that is free throws. He's an 86% shooter from the stripe.
Hopkins off back iron. And there's Sipe again coming down with it with one arm.
He's playing better with one arm than he is with two, it seems. And he plays pretty good with two. But that one, he just had his left hand grabbed, and he said, well, I'll grab the rebound with one.
$16:20 left. 2-point ball game. Saints in the lead, now by 4.
Too easy for Bunn there. The help defense, I think it was Nick Hopkins maybe that was standing in there. I don't know if he thought he was going to pass it off because Brandon Bunn does have a great no-look ability, but he just kind of let him go all the way.
Good Sipe on defense twice there. Get the behind the back by Skinny. Trying to reward Sipe, but he's being guarded. Skinny gets it back. Off the screen from Thompson. Skinny into the lane. Bunn open. Fake the three. Closer shot. Money.
His head, I mean, he's got a bobblehead, it seems like sometimes. You don't know where he's looking, has no, you know, future casting of what he's actually going to do with the ball. You know, he looks at the bucket, he passes it away. He looks away, just turns and shoots at the bucket. Like, it's so easy. It's, you know, it's magical sometimes to watch Bunn.
15:22 left in this one. Saints 44, Alaska 38. Back to Lacey after this on the Saints Digital Network. Nielsen Skinner off the screen from Sipe. (14-10) and counting in this great Northwest Athletic Conference battle. Look at the stop, the pivot, the fadeaway by Kyle Greeley.
Yeah, Kyle Greeley. I think actually Ibrahim Argia asked him about that fadeaway that he's so good at. He said, Kyle Greeley said that he grew up watching Kobe Bryant, and that's the reason why he got really good at that fadeaway shot. Sometimes you see shades of it.
Skinny for 3. Just like that, Saints by 11.
They can hit you in a hurry. Kyle Greeley fadeaway, Skinny wide open 3. Next thing you know, you're down 11.
Greg Sparling takes a timeout. Back after this on the Saints Digital Network. After the timeout, back here inside Marcus Pavilion. Alaska basketball. They've only scored 4 points in the half, and we have Greeley falling to the court. No foul called. That'll be just off of Kyle out of bounds.
That was a weird little sequence there to get us out of that timeout. I'm just glad they didn't call a flop on Kyle Greeley, because sometimes you see that when a guy just trips and falls and the ref thinks that they're, flopping when, they got a little contact that tripped over their own feet and fell.
Isaac Garcia at the top for Alaska. They're going all the way up top to Be Real. First bucket in many minutes for Alaska. They trail by 9. Greeley has it poked away. Alaska the other way. Be Real between the leg dribble. Splits the defenders. There's Thompson to grab it. They're saying a jump ball. Neither coach is thrilled with that call.
Yeah, Aaron Landon goes palms up to say, you're going to give me, more than half a second to take the ball away. And, of course, Greg Sparling on the other side says, there was some contact there. You're going to give me a foul? Neither of them happy with the refs, and that's just the life of a zebra, right?
Bunn bumped, no foul. Hard off the glass and down. 11-point lead for St. Martin's. Garcia trapped in the backcourt. Ball rolls across half court. Alaska comes away with it. Be Real has it stripped. Bunn the other way for St. Martin's. Little stutter step by Brandon. To Skinny, the no look. Now to Sipe underneath the hoop, and he is fouled.
I mean, first of all, the defensive effort that we're seeing from St. Martin's, just in kind of that second half, kind of the past couple minutes, it's been outstanding. I mean, this is St. Martin's team that started this season really strong defensively, and then the offense kind of came through. But this is this defense that'll win them a GNAC championship. And then you turn around, Brandon Bunn, he's into Bunn mode right now. He is locked in.
Thompson can't connect the 3, but there's Bunn with the rebound. That pass intercepted. Streaking the other way. Foul called on St. Martin's. Nice pass by Muhammad finding Sturm. Tybin and Sturm will be shooting free throws on the other side of this timeout. 11:58 left. Saints 51, Alaska 40 on the Saints Digital Network. After the timeout, Alaska at the line. Free throw good for Tybin Sturm. 6'3" sophomore out of Huntington, West Virginia. It's quite a ways away from home.
Yeah. Not as far as Puerto Rico, the women's basketball player that's goes to Fairbanks, but it is. Some of these players made quite the trek. They got a fairly wide range that they cast.
Good ball movement. Sipe for three. Rims out. Somehow Skinner comes away with it, and a foul is called on Alaska.
Jaden Nielsen Skinner, sometimes, man, I mean, he reminds me of, the best of Isaiah Thomas. Just in amongst the trees, he'll try and play as big as he can. He finds a way to use the size to advantage there. Just a good box out, and you'll be all right.
10-point ball game, 11:30 and counting. Saints 5-2 in conference. Alaska 2-5. Skinner with the rainbow, but who else? Sipe doing all the work down low, can't get it to go, still gets the rebound. Skinner to Greeley for three. Thompson, the and one opportunity.
that is a possession that just shows your entire crowd how hard you're working out on the court right now. I mean, Hunter Sipe, there's some words I could use that are not clean right now for how hard he was working down there, but just absolutely as scrappy as they get. And then he realizes after it doesn't fall the third or fourth time, kick it out. Greeley still can't make that shot fall, and that's the way the possession was. But then Tyke gets it, and apparently they called a different foul.
Yeah, they must have. But there's Sipe again involved to Greeley.
So they'll get a one-on-one out of it all after 45 offensive rebounds and a couple fouls. But that's one. I mean, that's like a drive in football where you have where the team has 5 third down conversions and a fourth down conversion on you, where you're just like, we made him miss 12,000 times and we can't get it, and then they're still going to get points out of it. It's just one of those that guts you if you're on the Fairbanks bench.
Football, what's that? I don't watch anymore.
St. Martin's doesn't have a team. And
I'm used to that in my broadcasting adventures.
Only a handful of GNACs with a team, and Fairbanks and St. Martin's are not one of them. But I hope the fans up in Fairbanks are Seahawks fans like we are. I hope that's something that they can agree with St. Martin's fans on.
Of course, not all of them, but a lot of them probably, if
Yeah.
they're native
Yeah, we got
to the area.
regional.
55-41. St. Martin's with the ball and the lead. Brandon Bunn displaying his skills. The jumper. Count it.
Oh, Brandon Bunn. He knows how to put on a show. Wow. Yeah, talk about football. He got tackled on that shot and still made it go. Wow.
Bunn hits the free throw. 17-point lead for St. Martin's.
The thing that I'm loving about watching Brandon Bunn right now is not just his feet are active, his mouth is active too. He's yelling things out. He's trying to command his defense around. He's trying to help him out. So there's a clean block.
Scott, Alaska only has 7 points this half.
And I think they were down 4 going into the locker room.
Correct.
Yeah, so they had 4. They tied it up at 38 quickly. And then 3 points to
20?
Yeah. Not a great run to go on.
Well, it is for one side.
Yeah, it's the Saints playing in front of their student section and just playing hard. And that helps.
Thompson makes it 60-41. So Saints wanted a steal, but instead a foul is called.
Yeah, they're calling Skinny for a little bit of a hold right there when the Saints, I mean, they're in full kind of kick 'em when they're down mode right now. They feel this run going on, and Aaron Landon has just said, just beef up the press, keep it going. And then they take the energy from continually scoring buckets and expanding this lead, and then they put that on the defensive side. And, yeah, Brandon Bunn's going to get everybody on the bench standing up to applaud his performance. Man, was he fun to watch out there. I'm sure we haven't seen the last of him, too.
Halfway through, half number 2. Alaska, a big hole to climb out of. Mohammed in the lane. Has it knocked away. Out of bounds to the Nanooks.
Yeah, we talked about a little bit of the Seattle-Alaska connection. I got to shout out Nate Pearsall, who is the sports information director up at Alaska Fairbanks. He's actually a St. Martin's grad, and he was the boss of Ibrahim Mustafa. We mentioned a couple times when Ibrahim was going to school up at Fairbanks, and I haven't met him, but I know he does a great job getting us all that we need on Alaska Fairbanks, as that's a great play by Mohammed, converting the N1.
Mohammed using some strength to get that one up and in. Yes, it is quite the eventful and sometimes thankless job in athletic communications, as you full well know.
Yeah, it's College Sports Communicator Appreciation Week, too, so it's a little extra on that. We had a fun week last week here in our communications office, though. Both Ibrahim, as that's offensive foul? What just happened there?
Kick?
Oh, no, they're calling him some sort of offensive foul on Tyke Thompson, I think. But, yeah, we had the media days as both Sydney Henderson, our stream producer, as well as Ibrahim Mustafa, helped me out with the media days, and the VIP cameraman, Ron Smith.
Sipe hobbling just a little after getting up from the court. 60-46, St. Martin's, 9:06 and counting. St. Martin's has taken a couple in a row on the chin, and they're looking to get back on track. And Skinny does just that right there. Mohammed thinking about the three. Finally, this time. Just falls off the right side of the rim. Thompson for three, short. Ball loose. Alaska racing up the floor. Thompson hit with another foul. That's three.
We've seen some instances of it here where sometimes the whistle gets a little bit tighter when the lead gets a little wider. And it's going to, now with all the fouls being called, it's going to be a slow final 8.5 minutes here. But I'm sure it's frustrating for head coach Aaron Landon when, your team starts to get on a roll, you start to cruise, and then you start to see some ticky-tack fouls called as the front end is missed of that 101.
62-46, St. Martin's in control. Greeley. Ooh, that one pops out. Nguyen, the left-hand dribble. He's directing traffic for Alaska. Jumper from the right elbow is down by Tyler Murris.
Yeah, right when we started to mention the run that the Saints went on, that's right when Alaska started to answer back. They've gone on a kind of a quiet run of their own. They're still down double figures.
What vision to find Stokes open. Misses the three. Ahead to Muhammad. They will count the dunk.
That's the thing that frustrates you if you're head coach Aaron Landon. Muhammad's going to get that dunk. He's going to score a bucket no matter what. You just got to lay off of committing that foul. And it's definitely a frustrating one to allow them an extra point possibility going into the timeout.
7:40 remaining. Saints by 12. Back after this on the Saints Digital Network. Free throw for Muhammad after his dunk and foul. A small run now by Alaska. They're down 11.
10-2 run in the last couple minutes here. Saints just need to slow it down. They got a little bit too carried away with the run, and of course the foul calls that they had go against them didn't help either.
Spencer, not even close. That might have been deflected.
Yeah. This ref up here is telling him that it did. I don't know how the ref under the basket didn't at least hesitate to say that was a very bad shot. But I guess he doesn't know Champ Spencer and doesn't know how good of a shooter that he is. And so we're going to see a little ticky-tack foul call again. 1-1. We're shooting the rest of the way. Lots of shots the rest of the way from the free throw line. Just the way I love it, right, Sean?
Greeley to the line after the foul on Nguyen. Greeley, only his 7th point of the evening. Look at those shoes. How many highlighters did he use on those?
They got a certain flavor to them, that's for sure.
Highlighters, or I'll date myself, hypercolor.
Before my era, I think.
It should make a comeback. There's a whole generation that doesn't know what is hypercolor. Only the greatest sweatshirts ever. Be Real misses the jumper. Foul called on the floor. And hey, Scott, more free throws.
Well, and that's one. I mean, Nathaniel Stokes just bullfighted Muhammad, and they're giving him a foul for it. That's one. I mean, unless maybe a ref on the floor saw a tug that I didn't see, and I'm hoping that that's what it is. But Muhammad just fell off balance and then fell on his behind, and they see a body hit the floor and they call a foul there, and it's going to slow us down a little bit more, and not let us see a back and forth basketball like we saw in the first half and for the first part of this half.
.11 lead for St. Martin's. They have the basketball. Skinner double teamed. Greeley with it. Open in the corner. The three is missed by Lanker.
You can't undercut a guy. You can't box him out while he has the ball.
And clearly that's what Champ Spencer is saying right there.
That's an incredibly dangerous play, and I mean Aaron Landon's saying the same thing. That's getting under the basket at least. That's getting called. I mean, 9 times out of 10 as a foul, an incredibly dangerous one at that. Yes, Brandon Stokes kind of put himself in a bad situation. But still, you're allowed to go for the ball, and he didn't initiate contact. And, yeah, they're going to say that it was just out off Nathaniel Stokes because he got the leg swiped. I see both sides of it, but it's really dangerous. It's a really dangerous play to make.
See if things get chippy after that. I'm sure the officials will tighten their whistles.
Oh, perfect.
Be Real with the nice move in the lane. Don't look now. Single-digit lead for St. Martin's. And should have been a steal there by Be Real Jr., and he knows it.
Yeah, you could hear him upset with himself. He knew he had that steal. He knew he was in the right position to do it, just couldn't get a clean handle on it, pass it to a cheerleader.
Thompson, Nielsen, Skinner. We have a foul called away from the ball on Alaska.
Yeah, Marcus Lenker is going to go to the line now and shoot double bonus. Lenker's somebody who we've kind of seen in and out of the rotation throughout the season, but he's getting some minutes here in crucial time, and hopefully going to get his free throw percentage up as he's shooting .333 on the season, 2 for 6 from the charity stripe.
The 6'4 junior out of Spokane, Washington. Back to a 10-point ball game. Second free throw, no go. 6 minutes and counting here in Lacey, Washington in this GNAC battle. Can Alaska continue to climb back? And hey, the free throw line's one way to get it done.
Yeah, it sure is. Especially when we're calling it this close. I mean, it's a painful way to finish the game. Even if it is a way to come back, it's still a one-by-one slow way, and you got to make them, which right there, Paul Johnson did not.
Johnson's second free throw, good. It was once 60-41 Saints. Now 65-56.
15-5 run.
That's what my math tells me.
Yep.
Ooh, what a rejection by Mohammed. Doozy getting busy.
Yeah, and I said Jaden Nielsen-Skinner sometimes plays bigger than his height is, or he finds a way to manage it. Sometimes you just can't beat height, and that was one of those ways.
Thompson to Greeley from the right elbow. In the lane, spins, the up, under. Shot is good, they count it.
We had to check all three officials because there's been a couple and ones when they haven't counted it, but that one, Kyle Greeley, I mean, he had the mismatch on the little bit smaller Paul Johnson, and yeah, just take advantage of it, go to the hoop, and, you know, go through the contact.
Greeley, the 6'5 junior out of Salem, Oregon. Ever been to Salem, Scott?
Driven through.
They've got a really awesome, they call it the Salem Armory there.
Okay.
They have some basketball there, and back in the day, I called International Basketball League games for a team out of Tacoma, and Salem had a team, and the Armory is great because the floor is obviously down in the center. All the stands are on one side, comes up to a pyramid.
Huh.
Yes, it's quite unique. The Salem Armory.
They also have the closest in and out.
Burger
Yeah.
or basket?
Yeah. Basket. Not a Tyke Thompson in and out basket, but he's also from Salem.
12-point lead for St. Martin's. 4:44 and counting. Mohammed underneath.
Oh, that was a strip and a kick. He got that one to go off, and that's Jaden Nielsen-Skinner playing bigger than he is right there. He got a little payback on Mohammed right there. Not the same type of rejection, but still took a basket away from him.
Nielsen-Skinner into the lane. The floater off back iron. Ball loose. Greeley comes away with it. His pass deflected. Alaska has it, and a foul is called on Marcus Lanker of the Saints.
You got to allow these guys to play basketball at some point, man. I feel like whenever there's a couple down and backs in the second half where we haven't had whistles, like there's just so much energy that gets built up in the arena, and you know the crowd starts to feel it, the players start to feel it, and then we get that whistle and just deflates, you know. Well, except for the student section who they'll keep it going strong.
Jason Be Real, second free throw. Short, missed them both. That's big. Would have cut it to 10. Instead, it stays at 12, and Saints go the other way. Nielsen-Skinner thought about it. Thompson, hands off. Spencer off the front iron. Lanker the rebound.
Big rebound to earn a fresh 20.
Time not on Alaska's side. 3:50 and counting. And little ticky-tack.
I like Fairbanks fans watching, and I'm with you there too. I'm with you on both sides. This is painful, and they want their guys to be able to play some semblance of defense, and you know neither side is getting the chance to do it, and I think it's ridding us of what could be an exciting final 4 minutes, and it's going to be an exciting final 30 minutes at this pace.
3:48 left. Timeout on the floor. Saints by 12 on the Saints Digital Network. 3:48 left here inside Marcus Pavilion on Twin Star Credit Union Court. Sean Wally with Scott Gladstone. The St. Martin Saints hosting the Alaska Fairbanks, the Nooks. Saints by 12. Nielsen Skinner looking to add to it.
So 30th free throw taken tonight by both sides combined, which kind of seems like a high number. I'll tell you what, there was a very controversial game in Division III with the #1 women's basketball team in the country at the time, Christopher Newport. There were 75 free throws taken that game. So we're not up to that point yet. Thank goodness.
Don't get an old Sonic fan started about free throws in Phoenix. One Charles Barkley.
Oh my.
And more free throws as Spencer is called for the foul. Scott's going to take a nap.
Yeah, and I'll wake up in 30 minutes and there'll be somebody shooting free throws with like a minute on the clock at that point. Oh my goodness.
Be Real Jr. Chance to make up for the last time he missed 2. That's 3 in a row.
Saints shooting 87% for the free throw line. Fairbanks shooting 55%. And, yeah, that's been the story of our last couple minutes.
Say if you're Greg Sparling, it'd make you want to pull your hair out, but there's not much left. Greeley in the lane. He's bumped. No foul for once, but there is on a rebound.
You jinxed it. You jinxed it. I wonder if there's a record on most consecutive free throws back and forth to end the game. Wonder if we could set that record here tonight.
We'll just dial up Blake Tim and get him to thumb through his files. DeMarcus Hall Scriven returns for Alaska. 72-57 Saints. 3:15 left. Nguyen has it in front of his own bench. All the way to the rack-off window and in.
Nguyen is
And he
really
is hurt.
impressive. Oh, wow, yeah.
They're not stopping play. Finally. They're choosing his replacement, but he is in pain.
Well, right when I was about to compliment how much, especially in early going in the first half when the
Let's
Fairbanks, yeah, he's in a lot of pain.
hope it's just a cramp, but that's a lot of pain for a cramp. But cramps do hurt.
Yeah. He's impressed me a lot tonight. He likes skinny, plays bigger than he is, and has really impressed me. And he's coming off the floor now, still in a ton of pain, but hopefully it's just kind of one that hurts for a little bit, and he's a lot better because, like I said, he's really impressed me, and he is a key part of this Alaska squad.
In 29 minutes, he has 9 points on 4 of 8 shooting, 1 3-pointer, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and hopefully he'll be all right. Kyle Greeley underneath, 74-59 Saints. Mohammed. Cross court. Be Real baseline. Bucket good. Guess where he's going?
Does it rhyme with B-Row Brine?
If you say it does.
Here we are again, Sean. Late night. GNAC after dark.
Free throws. Been an issue for Alaska here this evening. 2:20 left. champ Spencer with a 3 from the corner.
Oh, jeez. I'm trying to think of how many straight possessions it's been that Alaska has gone to the line. I know the Saints, the last 2, they've gotten off shots. Man, they've left 10 points off the board because of missed free throws though tonight. So if you're going to get the calls, you got to take advantage of it. The Saints have only shot 3 less free throws, and as we get another miss there, it's honest. I mean, the free throws have really hurt them. The amount of fouls that have gone, and because they've played better from the field, they're shooting 50% from the free throw line and 46% from the field.
If I'm Coach Sparling, I'm shooting free throws at practice down in Monmouth until you make 100.
Mm-hmm.
Not in a row, obviously, but goodness. Missing this many free throws? Be a single-digit deficit right now if they had hit 10 more.
I mean, the thing is, too, is they're 76% free throw shooters. That's better than the Saints coming into this game. But, just something about playing on the road, in front of the road crowd after a long plane ride all the way from the Great White North. I mean, that's just how it rolls, I guess.
Final minute, 25. Saints back up comfortably, 16-point lead. Wide open is Spencer. That's 80 for St. Martin's.
And that's good night for the Nanooks.
That 3 is missed. Isaac Garcia hits the front of the rim. Final minute here in Lacey. The Saints will improve to 6-2 in conference. Alaska will fall to 2-6. How was that not a carry?
I don't know. I don't know about that one. We're going to do that. Is this a sub time? Whew. I was after the free throws. Free throws pushed me to the precipice. And if Greg Sparling wanted a full timeout out of that, that might have pushed me over.
Leading the way tonight for St. Martin's, Brandon Bunn with 16. Saints have 2 players with 14, Spencer and Thompson. Alaska getting a good scoring night from Mohammed. He has 18 to lead all scorers. Be Real has 15.
Full court press to put on.
Nielsen Skinner putting on the moves. 82-63 Saints. Final seconds tick away. St. Martin's with a 19-point win.
Gutsy down the stretch. I mean, a big run that they went on midway through the first half of the second half, if you're with me on that. They put on that big run that we talked about. The Nooks kind of came back with their final swing to try and get back into it, but being able to withstand those ticky-tack foul calls, being able to make the free throws when those calls happen, and then when they didn't, just, I think about that possession by Hunter Sipe where he was just working on that lower block, getting rebound, okay, I'll kick it out, whatever. And then you turn around, you just look at some of those key buckets. Champ Spencer, he always seems to come through with a key 3 or 2 late in big games, and that's just what it is. It was the Saints capturing the momentum of having the students back for the first time in a while. I think probably early December was the last time they had students at a game because of the winter break. So it was just an all-around really good effort from the team. And, even though Bunn had to sit with 4 fouls, Alcindor had to sit with 4 early in the second half, they found a way to have those role players step up and do what they do off the bench. 5 different scorers in double figures. That's kind of becoming routine for the Saints, but still, it's nothing to bat an eye at.
That's the voice of Scott Gladstone. I'm Sean Wally. Saints win it 82-63. Stick around. We'll have head coach Aaron Landon up next on the Saints Digital Network.
Scott Gladstone here with head coach Aaron Landon after the 82-63 victory over Alaska Fairbanks. Coach, first losing streak of the season coming into this game. What was the mentality this week in practice, preparing for these games, trying to learn from the losses last week on the road, but at the same time trying to, forget about them, I guess, too?
Yeah. I'd like to say, everything's just the same and we're just process-oriented. But we had lost 2 games in like 2 months, maybe more, and it felt like an absolute emergency. I mean, it felt like we were under invasion, Russian forces descending on Thurston County. I mean, just because we hadn't been through that, totally irrational because Montana State Billings is one of the better teams in the country. Seattle Pacific is a fantastic club, and they shot lights out. And what are you going to do? I mean, you go through stuff every single year as a team. If you don't, then you're not going to be prepared for February and March. So Tyke's going to come talk. We coached him pretty hard this week. I'll just leave it at that. We coached him hard this week and asked him to do more. And I thought he was just fighting tonight. Not a beautiful game tonight, but that's what that team does. They're physical. They're great on the offensive glass. We talked at half, and they had 8 offensive rebounds. I think they had only missed 18 shots in the first half. We talk a lot about offensive rebounding percentage. So they were like collecting 44% of their misses, which was insane. He really helped us fight. A lot of guys fought. Could have brought a lot of guys up here tonight. Just happy to get a win.
Yeah, and, you mentioned those offensive rebounds. I think that's a big thing, especially you guys are really relying on three-point ball. You guys are relying on kind of making those shots fall. And when you get into the groove, you're pretty unbeatable. There were stretches when those three-point shots, even though you got open looks, they weren't falling. But, I think about times, Nathaniel Stokes, he got back-to-back offensive boards, and then I think Champ Spencer had a 3 at the end of that after 2 missed maybe Christian Hafner threes or something. And then, Hunter Sipe, he was battling on that lower block. Skinny got a board over guys that are, twice the height of him, it seems. What can you say about just the grit to get the offensive glass as hard as you guys did tonight?
I mean, they're just fighting. They just competed. We talk a lot about, when you're not playing offense, when you're not doing something that involves scoring the ball, like what are the other ways to compete? You learn a lot about players, and you learn a lot about them, like as people, just how much they're willing to like go do in these other areas that are physically demanding, uncomfortable. I'm so proud of us for out rebounding them on the offensive glass because they're the best offensive rebounding team in the GNAC if you look at offensive rebounding percentage. They do that, and they guard. They've got a great defensive group. As far as field goal percentage, 3-point field goal percentage, I think those categories are like 2 and 3 in the GNAC. So these guys were just fighting. And we really, really turned it on the glass in the second half, and that's what we asked the guys to do all week. We were on Nate Stokes as well because I thought his offensive rebounding had really been lacking, and he really showed up tonight. So I was just really proud of our fight. I'm looking at our three-point percentage on the night. It's really good for us to find ways to separate in games when we're not shooting well. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because we know that we're going to have nights when we shoot it well. We're just trying to become a consistent team. And I think, and everybody else, I think, is on the same page. Like, if we just get that sort of scrap as a automatic where we're just in that scrappy mode we were in tonight, then our team can, be as good as anybody. And without that, we feel like we're vulnerable to lose to anybody.
And now let's focus a little bit in on the man to your right, Tyke. He's somebody that, a lot of times he seems like one of a kind in this conference. Just his size, his shooting ability. I'm not trying to inflate his ego too much. But, apart from those kind of just all the factors that he has, what makes him kind of so special to you in terms of, earlier this week asking for more from him and then getting that tonight and just being able to have him continue to learn from you guys and absorb what you have to tell him.
Yeah, I mean, not to sound like some old guy, but just that. Like, a lot of people, especially now, it's hard to demand more out of college students, like every single day, especially when they're playing well. So obviously, like, he's shooting and his rebounding's gone up, I think, since last year, and his scoring's gone up since last year. And we're putting pressure on them every single day. You're not doing enough. You should be better than you are, and that's a message that is too exhausting for a lot of people. And we've been around him. I think this is like our 5th year, including his first year with us in junior college. Most guys, it just wears them out, unless you're just completely conditioned to just try to get better every single day. So honestly, like, above all the talent, 6'7", ball skill, can shoot, great student, great personality. The unique trait that I think makes people really special is when you can get on them and demand more, and they'll just look you in the eye and say, okay. And when they're having a really hard time, they still show up. And when they're hurt, and I really, really hope that that's just a jammed finger he has, they'll play through it. And that's what makes him good. More than all of that special talent that everybody sees, just the consistency in the approach and just willing to gut out hard times.
Final question. I got to meet your dad before the game, and he was very complimentary of the broadcast. But, he's usually watching the broadcast. He's not usually here, especially, basketball season. You kind of – it's a grind. And, just like these guys are missing your family, you're not getting to see, a lot of, your family that's not right here a lot. How cool is it, especially, when you got folks in town to have a good performance for them and, get to absorb that family time when you get that chance?
Yeah, I mean, it's really special to be able to go, and we'll be able to share this night together. He cares more about seeing his granddaughters than the game, but he cares a lot about the game. But honestly, Scott, he's seen me coach. I think this is my 10th year. He's seen me 5 times before this, so it's a huge deal for me in my life. Yeah, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm about to, I'll just start crying if I start talking about it. So we'll just put Tyke on the show and let me get out of here with some dignity.
All right, congrats, Coach. See you on Saturday. Take one step to your left there, Tyke. Get more in the shot here. Tyke, big win tonight. I'll kind of start the same way I started with Aaron. You guys coming off your first losing streak of the year, taking 2 losses on the road. What did you guys learn from last week? Losing to 2 really good teams, 2 teams that are going to contend with you guys for the GNAC title. But at the same time, how did you kind of absorb that and learn from it?
I think, honestly, no one likes to lose, but we got humbled. Before that, we had only lost 2 games the whole season, so we got humbled. It's a really good conference, and we know any conference game is going to be a grind, so you can't look past any opponent. I think we learned that. Yeah.
Coach mentioned that he worked you and the whole team hard in practice this week. I was here on Monday. You guys were running a lot. So in practice, excuse me, sorry about that. In practice this week, how do you take kind of the hard parts, which is running and, getting conditioned and, just be able to still learn from that, still get better, and, just take a tough Monday or Tuesday practice and turn it into a big win?
Yeah, I think everyone's bought in, just bigger picture. Coach Landon and Coach Ty have been preaching that even though we're in the middle of our season, we still have so much room to grow. So we're not content where we're at. We're all trying to get better right now. Yeah, we got a lot of room to grow, so there's no room to be content.
I mentioned it right at the end of the broadcast. I think this was like the first time that you guys played at home in front of students with, the regular student population on campus since early December.
Yeah.
It's been a while, and especially when you guys are going on runs and, you guys are grinding on the glass, getting smart possessions, getting smart fouls, like all that. And the crowd obviously knowing it, picking up on it. How much does that help you guys? And how much do you just enjoy that student energy and, seeing guys that you're in class with, cheer you on?
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's fun. Home court's huge, especially when you have a good crowd who's loud, not only the students but all the donators, all the families who come out and support. It's fun. When we start hitting shots, start getting stops, it gets loud in here. It's fun.
Awesome. Well, congrats, Tyke. We'll see you on Saturday.
Cool, thanks.
Final score of today's game, the visiting Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks 63, your host St. Martin Saints 82. The leading scorer for the Saints was Brandon Bunn with 16. We had Skinny with 15, Tyke and Champ Spencer with 14 each, and then Kyle Greeley, just another day in the office, with 13. For all of us here at St. Martin's Athletics, including the best streaming crew, which is made up of Sydney Henderson, the producer, and Zane Leposki on the camera. Ibrahim Mustafa, as always, the Alaska Fairbanks grad, but St. Martin's grad, doing the stats for us, and Sean Wally on color. My name is Scott Gladstone. Please have a great rest of your night, and stay safe out there.